In front of me, I have 8 mango fragrances. All of them are really spectacular in their own kind of way, but I'm just gonna go ahead and rank them because you guys have been asking me over and over and over first to bring these in, but then which one is the best? Should I get this over that? So with this ranking, I'm also going to provide a bit of commentary. Hopefully that helps you. And if you have anything to add, please feel free to add them in the comments because I don't believe my experience is universal and every one of your opinions matter. Starting with the last place, we have Manga Splash. Now I pulled Manga Splash in recently, and the reason that I'm putting it in last is because just after testing it, I found that my longevity with it is only in around the 3-hour range, and the projection went from moderate down to a skin scent very quickly in that period of time. So that's not very satisfying, and otherwise I'd say something to keep in mind with this is that if you don't like fragrances that potentially lean a little bit more feminine, then I don't think this one will be for you. Objectively, I mean, for 37 bucks to get around that $275 experience scent-wise, it was really cool, but performance-wise, not so much. Now coming in second to last is Scepter Malachite. Now don't get me wrong, I love this fragrance, but the reason that it's coming so far down the ranking is because it does a little bit of a weird thing with my nose, where sometimes I feel like I'm smelling mango, and then other times I feel like I'm smelling a very general citrus. I do enjoy it, and at 25 bucks, it's quite a steal, but in terms of matching very strongly in this mango sphere, I say that the experience isn't very straightforward, and that can be a little bit confusing if you're just hoping to always get a mango delivery from a fragrance. So for that reason alone, it's pulling down all the way to here. Somebody had to be there. Now coming in sixth is Mango Skin. Now this is all personal experience, but Mango Skin is ranking so low because I was expecting a more realistic mango smell, but to me, the delivery is much more like a fresh mango lemonade. Not bad at all, and when I wore this, I got a compliment, thus it's ranking above the other two. In terms of longevity, I was in the 5-hour range with about 3 hours, 4 hours of moderate projection. So pretty nice, but the price tag, 275 bucks for something that wasn't extremely inspiring to my nose and wasn't incredibly complex, does put it a bit lower, unfortunately. Now coming in fifth place is another controversial pick probably, but it's God of Fire. And don't get me wrong, I love God of Fire, I love how it smells, but in a 50 ml package for a $205 price tag, it is a guilty spray every single time. And I won't lie to you, I don't come from the kind of resources that would make that not feel like it hampers the experience. Every spray kind of feels like a countdown, and I wouldn't say that this is just so inspiring or so great or not so well replicated that I wouldn't go for other options. That said, my God of Fire has been pretty nice. You know, other people have said it smelled nice on me. So can't complain other than the price tag. If it was 100 ml, it would probably rank higher. Now, fourth place is gonna be one that you guys are very excited about, which is Mango Ophidian Bliss. Mango Ophidian Bliss comes kind of close to the God of Fire experience. I more put it in the 75% range because to me, the kind of mango coming out of it is very different from God of Fire's. God of Fire's is much more of a refreshing, kind of light mango with more of an evolution. And in turn, Mango Ophidian Bliss is much more of a sticky mango. But at 35 bucks, I would pick this up over God of Fire. And if we're talking longevity, the longevity on this is pretty insane for me. I think it lasted around 2 days just on clothing. Now skin scent, I'd say closer to the 8 to 10 hour range, but very satisfying overall. Would definitely get again. Now getting into the top 3, which one are we gonna pick? It's going to be Vulcan Fu. Now, some of you aren't gonna like that, but Vulcan Fu, in terms of getting to the God of Fire experience, very, very impressive. And the longer I've had it, the closer it's kind of been inching into just being my new God of Fire. It feels way less guilty, 100 ml bottle for 50 bucks. And we're looking at great longevity with this too. Initially, I thought the longevity was closer to the 6-hour range because that's when I stopped smelling it. But someone still told me that they smelled it 2 hours later. So 8-hour longevity, about the same evolution, dry down to God of Fire at a $50 price point. That's a fourth of the cost. Absolutely amazing. Now, number 2 is kind of a toss-up between these two because now we have to start examining some very particular things to really get down to the final decision. And for me, it ended up being Neon number 4 or number 4 Neon by Thomas Kazmala. I really love this mango fragrance, and I mean a lot. It has an almost fizzy quality while also kind of being simultaneously very smooth. It's very enjoyable. It doesn't really click with everyone, but most people that I've heard talk about this and who have tried this have really liked it. People who smelled this off of me have said they really liked it. And all that for 100 bucks is something that I would pay for this kind of experience and delivery. Longevity wise, I was closer to the 7-hour range, lasted pretty long. Projection was only moderate, but that's all I really needed it to be for it to be an absolutely wonderful fragrance. Moving into number 1. I want you guys to hear me very clearly. I don't think this is my number one just because of its performance. It's literally just a price for delivery ratio. In the context of God of Fire, a lot of us have been looking for a kind of substitute, a kind of way to break into that scent profiler space on a budget. And if we're looking at Vulcan Fu, I'd say the performance and longevity is longer on this one. And if we're looking at Mango Ice, I'd say this is sweeter. To my nose, I prefer the sweetness. However, if you're looking for something a little bit more on the masculine side in terms of that dry down, that nice ambery musk thing that it has going on, I'd say get Vulcan Fu. $50, not bad. If you don't mind sacrificing that on a $20 cut, then Mango Ice is super nice. For me, it's been pretty great overall. I've loved wearing it. I wore it to my first concert, and I really can't complain. Happy that I picked this one up. Now, let me know in the comments, what are your differences? How would you change this ranking if you want to? And we'll sort it out, but this is my ranking overall. These are the fragrances that I enjoy, especially these two. If you're asking me, I don't think you need many things in this collection unless you really, really like mango and you only want to smell like mango the whole summer. One, maybe two, that's just enough. Let me know what you think in the comments. See you guys in the next one.